Sec. So there might be different possibilities.
Right.
2, 4, 4, 6, 4, 8. So it says a possible set of 6 numbers.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 4, 6, 4, 8.
Yeah, that was what I got. Stack.
So you could, I'd write as 2, 4, 4, 4, 6, 8. Let's see. So a set of 6 numbers. So median of 5. So yes, all the numbers are even. The range is 6. The mode is 4. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, does that work? Oh, brilliant. I usually struggle with those questions, so that's a good sign. Okay, well, I guess we should just continue. So where I'm at right now is where am I? I am question 46.
Okay.
Actually, no. It was after actually question 43.
43. So that was it the number of hours of sunshine, that one?
Yeah, number of hours of sunshine a day, yeah. So which city had the most sunshine? So it's going to be Cork.
Okay, B.
How many hours of swans do you have? So that's 8. So 8. So half of a circle would be 2 hours. Half a circle would be 1 hour. So 9 hours.
Yep.
How many hours in Paris have more than London? So how many more hours of sunshine in Paris have than London? So London is 3 quarters, so that's basically 7 hours for London. So 8. 8, and then 9, 10. So 3 hours more.
That's 10. Yep, 3 hours.
Great.
Okay, you're good there. So I just want to make sure we're not doing any questions. Yeah, so we should skip that. So the next one, 45. Okay, how about this?
Right. Okay, just 2 times. So you have to put it into grams first of all. So that's Pixie is 850 grams. So it'll be
How many grams in a kilogram?
Actually, that's 1,000 grams.
Yeah.
So so it's 8,500.
Yeah.
So 8,500 minus 720.
Yeah.
Which is 720. So that's 7,780. grams.
Well done. Yeah, state your units. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 45. 47 is next. Wow. Okay. How do we do this?
Okay, calculate angle x. So, so there's a number of ways we could do this. So to work out all of the interior angles, it's the number of sides minus 2 times 180.
Mm-hmm.
But would I need to do that? Would that be useful here?
Might be, yeah.
Yeah. So the number of sides is 1, 2, 3. So that's so it's 4 times 180. So it's 7. Each interior angle is 700. I know. It's all. The total interior angle is 720. So 720 divided by 5. Sorry, divided by 6. 720 divided by 6. So each interior angle is 120 degrees.
Okay.
So what do I do next? So I could work out the exterior angle. Alright, so if I was to work out the exterior angle, it'd be 180, take away 120, which is 60. So the exterior angle would be 60 degrees.
So you don't need that.
So it's an isosceles triangle.
Yeah.
So the base angles are going to be the same.
Yeah.
So it's got to add up to 180, obviously. So so if I know that the interior angle is 120,
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be angles on a straight line add up to 180. So
Hold on.
I'm
What is this angle?
That's an obtuse angle.
Like what size is it?
What size is it? So oh, of course. So it's the interior angle that we had before, which is, I've forgotten what it was now.
120.
Oh yeah, 120. Great. So if it's 120, that means it would be so 180 take away 120. So it'd be 30. X is 30.
Yeah.
Right.
X equals 30 degrees. Great. Any questions there?
That makes sense. I just with my eyes, I forgot to see that it was staring me in the face. I guess it's good to just remind myself by just writing the angles in. So if you see it visually, it makes it easier to.
Just fill in the blanks until you get what you need.
Great.
Okay. This one.
The calculator is mean maths. So, so it's going to be the midpoint, which is so between 20 and 25. So if I'm doing that as 20 plus 25, 1, 2. No, that's not right. 20 plus 25 divided by 2. Would it be 32.5 times 12?
How did you
What
get?
am I doing? So I'm going back to reading. Don't know what the hell I did there. 20 plus 25. 22. So the midpoint is going to be 22.5.
Yeah.
So 22.5 times the frequency, which is 12.
Yeah.
Times 12. 270.
Okay.
So the next one's going to be 27.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27.5 times 24
Yes.
times 24, which is 660.
And so you would continue that for the rest
Yeah.
of them. And what would you do with all your answers?
So it says calculate the mean mass. So once you have all the totals, you divide. Actually, no, not the frequency. It's the quantity. Estimate remains. We've done the estimate. Times the frequency. We've done that. So you divide it by something. I can't remember which.
You divide by the total frequency.
Oh, right. Okay. Which is 12 plus 24 plus 17 plus 15 plus 15, which is 72.
So that's 72. And so what's your estimated mean?
So 2,215 divided by 72. 30.8.
So 30.8 grams. And does that look like a reasonable average?
Average. Do I have to round it off?
No. So that's your answer.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you look, so it's about 30, 31. And it looks, so most of them are 25 to 30. Lots of them are 30 to 35. It looks like the average one being about 30 seems like a reasonable estimate.
Great.
If you'd got an estimate of 300 or something, then you'd say, no, that's not right.
Right.
So that's just something to watch for. So yeah, it's midpoint times frequency, total them up, and then divide by total frequency.
Great.
So it's an estimate of the mean, because we only have a summary of the data.
Right. Okay, let's change 1 to the n. Max that's 1,000 yen notes. Jason wants to change £300 to yen. He wants 1,000. He wants as many 1,000 notes as possible. So it's £1. That's how many should we get? So it's he's got £300. So it's 300 times 168, which is 50,400.
Okay.
So divide how many? So you divide that by 1,000.
Yeah, okay.
Gets 50 notes.
So 50 notes. Let me just take a look at this one. Notes. Yeah, 50 notes, fine.
Right.
Okay, how about this?
Right. Okay, so I think it's 3x. So if we start at -2, so it'll be 3 times -2.
Yeah.
3 times -2 is -6 plus 1, which would be -5
Mm-hmm.
for the first one. For -1, it would be 3 times -1, which is 3 times -1 is -3, plus 1, -2.
And so, what coordinates are on this graph? How will you use your two answers so far?
So, all right. So, so x is -1. Hold on. Usually I sort of have it laid out like you have x and then y and then the numbers corresponding, and it will just be x for x and then y, like that. That's how you get your coordinates.
Okay, so for your first one, what was x? What was y?
So the first one was x was -2.
Yeah.
Y was -5.
Yes. And so, yeah. So same for all of them, and you would just plot them on the diagram and join them up.
Yeah.
So I think you're good for that. So you don't necessarily. They may not give you a table. You might have to do your own one.
Right. Okay, lamps on shelf, £22. What was the price of the lamp before the reduction? So, so to find out what the original price is, did you put make it 110%?
This was a reduction.
All right, yeah. So it'd be 90%.
Yeah.
So 90% times 22 0.05.
Well, 90% is 2205.
Oh yeah. So how do we do this? What was the price? So we know 10% is 42.
So is there some equation you can construct involving this information and the original price so that you can then solve it to get the original?
So I guess so it's 10%.
So if you
Yeah.
if you knew the original, what would you do to get 90%, that 10% reduction?
So original, it would be so it'd be, you'd write the original as X. G.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, write the original as X. Subtract 10 equals 90. No,
No. You would just do times 90%.
All right.
And that would give you the new amount.
Right.
And so what can you put in here?
Okay, so we've got the original times 90 equals the new price. So rather than times 90, divide.
Yes, great.
So basically, would it be 2205 divided by 90?
Well, it's 90%. How would you deal with that?
2%. You wouldn't do it as divided by 10%. No.
Or do you know how to do 90% in your calculator? Or do you know?
Oh, you just put 90 and then shift %.
Yep.
So it'd be 22.05 divided by 90 shift %, which is 24.5, 2450.
That's it. And what is 90% as a decimal?
So if you put you divide it by 100, so 0.9.
And so if we did 22.05 divided by 0.9, you get the same thing.
Right.
And so 90%, 0.9, whatever is easier for you in your calculator, 9/10, whatever. Yeah, so to work in reverse, you do the new amount divided by the percentage.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're good for that.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this?
Okay, ratio of most of us to 5. There are 200. How many students attend this school? Okay, so that's 9 parts in total. So 220. So 220. That's 9 parts in total. 220 divided by 9. Okay, so we know that 4 parts is equal to 220.
Yep.
Need to know what the remaining 5 parts are. So with this question, you can't really get. But you have to find out what one part is, but you can't just do 220 divided by 9, can you? It's not going to
Well,
work.
you could say, well, what was it times by?
Of course. So 220 divided by 4 is 55. So it'd be 5 times 55, which is 275.
275. That's it.
And you just add them up.
Oh, yeah. So,
Plus 220. That's such a useful little tip, because unless you write it out like that, it's quite hard to miss. Like, it's quite easy to miss. But yeah, it's 495.
yeah,
Yeah,
495.
I really have to remember that in the exam. Like, if there's ever a question where you know what
And
one part
that's
is equivalent to something.
basically just
Yeah,
proportion. That's
yeah,
all that is. That's just proportion. So let me just get rid of
great.
this thing. Yes. Okay, so we got most of it. What question did we get up to? There's both. That was ratio. So we got to 56.
Right.
Okay, so let's go back a sec. This one. Okay, how do we do this type of question?
Okay. Are we looking at the one that we already did?
Yeah.
Right. So, so the trick here is you find the smallest amount. So, by looking at the smallest amount of biscuits, that will tell you like the bare minimum of biscuits you can make. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's just that times the number of lots of it.
Yeah.
So these ones, they just had one weird question, and so I'm not worried about that. I think you're good for these.
Yeah.
That was correct. This was correct. This was correct. Yes. So, yeah, the total is n minus 2 times 180, and so you divide by number of sides, and so that, or number of angles, and so that gives you one angle, and one of those angles was in that triangle.
Of course, yeah.
So that was that one. So yes, so usually with the mean, it's just add them up, divide by total frequency. In this case, you're adding up the estimate, and then just divide that by total frequency.
Right.
Yeah, midpoint times frequency. So that one was 50 notes. That was good. This one you're good. That one just divide. Yeah, you're finding the original, so you divide. That one you're good. Yeah, we've got a bit of time. See, it didn't. Okay, how about this one?
Okay. I suppose 520 later. Calculate the percentage decreased. Okay, so the original price is going to be 12.87 divided by the original 19.80 times 100. So original price. So 1980 take away 693. So it's 693 over 1980
Yeah.
times 100.
Great. And yeah, you'll be fine for that.
Yeah.
How about this one?
Okay, so you just put this in your calculator. So 10 minus 2 as a decimal. It's 0.01.
Yep, that's all there is to it. Just put it in the calculator. And this one's real tricky.
Okay, dimensions parallel lines. Calculate size angle. So it's going to be the same. It's going to be 4x minus 20.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah. Calculate size of angle. 50. So it's a corresponding, no, alternate angles. Calculate size of angle. 50. So basically, this should add up. Angles on a straight line add up to 180. So,
well, what do you know about these two angles?
they're alternate.
Yeah, and what do you know about alternate angles?
They're the same.
Yeah.
They add up to the same. They're equal, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what you would use to find x.
Right. Oh, of course. So, so you find the lowest term is 2x.
Mm-hmm.
So you minus 2x. So that would be minus 2x from each side. So that will leave us with 2x minus 20 equals 50. And then we want to get rid of the minus 20, so plus 20 each side, which is 70, so 2x equals 70. And then you just divide, so 70 divided by 2 is 35. X is 35, so we know what x is.
Yeah.
So it's basically 2 times 35, just 70 plus 50, 120.
So it's 120 degrees. And how could you check that answer?
You can how can you check it? So you can subtract it from 180.
You could put 120 into the, or you could put 35 into the other one.
Oh, of course. Right.
And see
and
if
then
that,
it'll add, yeah.
and it should. So 4 times 35 take away 20, 120.
Yeah.
So we know it's correct.
Right.
Yeah, so that's it anyway. So your exam is tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, it's at 9 o'clock, first thing in the morning. So.
And that's your final exam?
Yeah, final exam. Yeah.